just waiting for you. Now I don't want you back for the weekend, not back for a day. No, no. I said, baby, I want you back, and I want you to stay. I'm walking on sunshine, yeah. I'm walking on sunshine, whoa. I'm walking on sunshine, whoa. And don't it feel good? Hey, all right now, and don't it feel good? Yeah, oh yeah. The World Beat Band, everybody. We got Kelly on the keyboards. This is Chris on guitar. Woo! Give some up for Wayne on the drums. I'm walking on sunshine, yeah. I'm walking on sunshine, whoa. I'm walking on sunshine, whoa. And don't it feel good? Hey, all right now, and don't it feel good? Sure does, Susie. Don't it feel good? I feel alive. I really love. I really love. I feel alive. I feel the love. I feel the love. I feel alive. I feel the love. I feel the love. I feel the love. I feel alive. I feel the love. I feel the love. I feel the love. We feel alive. Oh yeah. Good morning, Jubilee. Hi, Yona.
Good morning, Paula, and thank you, Ryan and the World Beat Band. Susie, thank you. Good morning, Jubilee. Right quick, and everybody take a nice deep breath. Just for a moment, let's put all the chatter away of everything that's going out there in the world. Let's appreciate the fact that the winds are coming and the mountains are coming alive with all the different shades of green. We as human beings have a certain way of cultivating exuberance through what we observe in nature, what we observe in our lives. But how often do we take the chance to just take a deep breath and appreciate living here in the Blue Ridge Mountains? And how Mother Nature herself expresses her own exuberance? How she has this joy and this thrill, and as the winds come and as the leaves begin to dance, as the trees begin to sway, as the pollen fills the air, and the butterflies and the bees come back. The cicadas. Thank you. So how does this evoke exuberance from us? What is the core source of exuberance? Why wait for those moments of what we might call miraculous or off the cuff or just something that catches us by surprise when we can just go to the core source and build from the very foundation of what exuberance is in our lives. Cultivating the future with exuberance. So today we're going to take a journey not only into exuberance, but how do we go back into that melting pot that Mother Earth has so wonderfully just alchemized for us with all the elements of life, the earth, the water, the sun, the fire, the air. So let's go back to the source of who we are as a community and our common unity. And one of the things that unites us is that each of us breathe in and each of us breathe out. Let's let that be the foundation of where our exuberance and our excitement and where we begin the dream to fulfill the future. Let's begin there in a good way. Oh.
Let us stand and sing in the divine, everyone. These times they are changing, we feel it. We're part of that new creation. Come gather around, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept that it soon will be drenched to the bone. If the time to you is worth saving,
Thank you. For some of you that may not know, I'm filling in for Catherine the Grateful, who is also one of our Jubilee ministers. For some of you that may not know me, my name is Yona Frenchhawk. I am the Jubilee Minister of Indigenous Wisdom and Ceremony. And it's an honor to come back and to really be stepping into these times that are changing, how they're changing for all of us. So let's acknowledge again, let's look back to the directions, let's go back to, again, our commonality of our existence, of why we come to Jubilee, a place that celebrates creation spirituality, that creates and celebrates the future of where we're heading, and helps us to reconnect with those places that are so deep inside our memories. So if you will, let's breathe in for a moment, and let's face to the east. Way away, away, high, away, high, away, 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 high, away, 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 high, away, away, away. hi-yo, hey. Oh, face to the south, please. Way away, away, hi-ya, away, hi-ya, away, 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 hi-ya, away, 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 hi-ya, away, 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 hi-ya. Will hi-yo, hey. Oh, let's face to the west, please. Way away, away, hi-ya, away, hi-ya, away, 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 hi-ya, away, 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 hi-ya, away, 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 hi. Will hi-yo, hey. Oh, face to the north, please. Way away, away, hi-ya, away, hi-ya, away, 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 hi-ya, away, 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 hi-ya, away, 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 hi. Will hi-yo, hey. Oh, and if you will, face center again. Take a deep breath. Hold deep and dear those visions that you have, the dreams. And know, ancestors, in this moment, we offer the best of our hearts and the spirits. We thank you for the love and the compassion and the honor that you have shown us by sharing your wisdom and your voice in the wind. We thank you, ancestors, for all that you have given so that we might know this day. And hear us, ancestors, and hear us, Creator, in the silence that our humanness doesn't know to speak aloud. Hear the winds of our heart and the winds of our spirit in a good way. Oh.
Thank you so much, Yona. As we've been doing for many decades, it is time to once again feed the hungry. There is a basket on the table to drop a little something into if you'd like. 100% of these donations go out to help folks in our region. Let us sing a song meanwhile. You know it. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Highlands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that rhythm of highway, I saw it love me, that endless highway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of Michele is making her way to the podium. We're so happy to see you after several weeks out.
As usual. It's so good to be back. Pledge cards, because you know I'm going to talk about the pledge, are available at the welcome table, and a link to the online pledge form is on the homepage of the website. Our pledge tree over here, thank you very much, Susie, is continuing to bloom, with each new flower representing 1,000 in annual pledges. But we're still a long way to go to ensure that donations cover our expenses. We're at a little over 65,000 right now, and our goal is 165,000 in order to cover expenses. So if you haven't pledged, please do so. And if you make ongoing, recurring donations, and pledge anyway, because basically we don't know if you're going to continue those unless you let us know. So please do so. So how many of you like to read the quotes on the back of the Sunday bulletin? Yeah, well, I'm hoping one of you will volunteer to collect quotes on the fourth Sunday of each month. It's easy to do, and just once a month, and see me to volunteer. And you can do it for like a quarter, for 6 months, for a year, whatever, however long you'd like to do it. Jubilee Social Justice Team invites you to attend the We Will Not Be Silent, a day of action for lives at risk this afternoon from 1:30 to 5 p.m. at Pack Square. Details are on the team's webpage. See Bruce Malky for information. There'll be a planning meeting for our service trip to Jubilee House, Nicaragua after the June 1st Sunday celebration. See Susie Davis for details. If you have a birthday in April, May, or June and would like to organize a dinner party for all the jubilants who have birthdays in those months, let Susie Davis know. It's easy to do, and it's a fun get-together over a good meal with old and new friends. If you want to do the welcome or lead the meditation and prayer time at Sunday celebrations, contact Len Orndorff. To share a gift, see Susie. And contact me if you'd like to read the Jubilee in Action announcements. Everyone is invited to coffee hour in the 6th grade classroom right after the celebration. And next up are Mary Lou Kemph and Diane DeWitt with a gift of outreach.
I'm Mary Lou from the Outreach Committee, and wanted you to know that due to your generosity, from what I see before me here, we have a check that we are presenting to the World Central Kitchen for $1,250. And I think all of you will agree that World Central Kitchen was paramount to help us after Helene. Now I want to introduce, you already know Diane, and she's going to share with you some of her experiences. Thank you.
I don't remember exactly when I started, but it was shortly after World Central Kitchen got their wonderful headquarters down at Bear's Smokehouse. And just a plug for Bear's Smokehouse, they were fantastic in donating their staff and their time. So eat there whenever you can. I'm only here because we weren't able to find somebody from World Central Kitchen who's actively here in Asheville that could accept the donation. So I have really nothing to do with World Central Kitchen right now, so I'm not getting the check. Just to let you know, but we could have gone out for lunch, but many times. Yeah. When I worked there at Bear's Smokehouse, the helicopters landed right behind us to pick up the food that we just packed into the bins to take out to thousands of people. And it's still going on, not the helicopters, but they're still distributing food in outlying areas because people aren't out of this yet. And so I can't tell you how fortunate I felt being able to volunteer, to knowing when I heard those helicopters come in to pick up the food, it was just so exciting. And I thought, wow, it's really going right there. You know, sometimes when you do stuff, it might take 2 or 3 weeks before you notice anything, but this impact was immediate, and it really impacted thousands of people. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Great, now it's green. The bells and bowls are here at the altar table. Please feel free to come up and get one if you'd like to use during this meditation. Also, communion is available in the back, and there are people back there to pray with you if you so wish. I'll wait a moment while people get a bowl or a bell. Take a deep breath, and let's begin with a moment of listening to and feeling the energy of the bowls and the bells. I want to share with you a poem by Ulrich Schaefer that I have read and reread over the years. I experienced it again today. You were suddenly there with your surprising presence. You were suddenly there without any visible reason, without my having done anything, without preparation, without warning. Suddenly you were there with your complete joy, with the relaxation which emanates from you, with the sense that you put back into life. There you are, and I can only smile at how connected everything is in my life. Ding. And this by Molly Fumia. To be joyful in the universe is a brave and reckless act. The courage for joy springs not from the certainty of human experience, but from the surprise, our astonishment at being loved, our bold willingness to love in return. These wonders promise the possibility of joyfulness, no matter how often and how harshly love seems to be lost. Therefore, despite the world's sorrows, we give thanks for our loves and for the continued courage to be happily surprised. May it be so. Let's see.
Well, it is time to stand and sing a holy piece. About midway through the song, we're going to share with one another and say hello to one another. You can do that via a handshake or a hug or a smile, whatever you feel comfortable with. For now, let's sing. We plow the fields and scatter the good seed on the land, but it is fed and watered by God's almighty hand. He sends the snow in winter, the warmth to swell the grain, the breezes and the sunshine, and soft refreshing rain. All God gives around us are sent from heaven. sent from heaven above. We thank the earth, for all her love. We're grateful for creation.
road.
Thank you, Sue and the Jubilee singers, and thank you, Paula, for the accompaniment there. Again, if we can, let's just take a moment. Let's breathe into this moment, and again, let's let go of those things outside there in the world, outside these doors, and let's be present in this moment. Again, for those of you that may have been expecting Catherine the Grateful, she got stuck in New York and somehow her flight got canceled and was unable to be here this morning. She called me yesterday with Exuberance, asking if I would be if I'd be willing to step in for her today. And so, welcome. And so she reminded me, okay, Yona, come in with all the excitement, and because for those of you that know Catherine, Catherine's a very big personality. So, Catherine, here's to you. Love you. And these readings that were chosen by Catherine, I will share with you, and I will join in with her, what she shared with her flow of this energy of what she was going to bring with you today. Our exuberance is not just a source of joy, but a weapon of resistance. In the face of oppression and injustice, we dance and sing and laugh and love, and in doing so, we defy the forces that seek to silence us.
Hallelujah.
This is by Gabby Riviera, and from Bell Hooks. The most subversive thing you can do is to be exuberantly alive and to act with joy and compassion in the face of injustice. In a good way. Oh, thank you. In this time where I've felt a little bit stuck on how to express myself in the world, in these times in the past few months of a new leadership and coming into realization in our country. Whenever I was young and these elections were happening, there was a certain exuberance about unity and coming together. Something that they called bipartisanship. I don't know if all of you know exactly what that means. But at one time that if Michele liked margarine and someone over here liked butter, they could walk across the aisle and have a conversation about it without being ugly about it. And that's all it meant, was the simplicity. And somewhere inside of there's an injustice. But it's not an injustice that was placed upon us by the Creator himself or herself or itself. The injustice is created by a process of thought, of discernment, which we talked about the past few weeks here at Jubilee, about the discernment of how we're going to grow into the future. How do we, in this time as a community, take this discernment and we bring our differences? And our differences aren't these things that are meant to divide us. These are the things that are meant to nurture us and to grow that soil that is the foundation, that is the future. And the bipartisanship, let's take that word and break it down into how do we have different nutrients that will feed the soil, that will grow the plant or the seed that is going to feed the future? How do we create generational wealth with exuberance of just knowing who we are and what gifts that we carry in life? For all of you that are tuning in out there online, welcome, and thank you for taking the time and energy to be here with us today. And let's all think about what is it that we are resourcing from? What is our source that we turn to in those times when it's quiet, whenever all we can do is maybe be exasperated about what we see around us? And how can we take this exasperation or this confusion or whatever these words are that we use to express the imbalance that we see in the world? But also, how do we take it and ingrain it into our spirit to make change and do so without prejudice? In my understanding, I'm a full-blooded Cherokee. I was born and raised just over the mountain here. I come from a culture where there was some injustice happening. In the 1830s, whenever Andrew Jackson signed in the Indian Removal Act. Now let's take it a step further, that before the Native Americans, the indigenous people of this land were ever involved, let's remember that in those times that the Vice President Calhoun had more views about the freedom and the rights of all people. He believed in the growing of the United States and all the states being able to have some independence, to make their own rules and enforce their own laws. Now, Andrew Jackson came in favor of the Union, and everything was swayed to that direction. And Andrew Jackson felt that the states really didn't have the right to override his opinion. Does it sound like anybody you might know of? And in written history, this is the last time that a president was ever defiant toward the Supreme Court and toward the laws of the land. Now here we are, almost 200 years later. They say history repeats itself. And now how do we go back to the core source of the lessons that we've learned, and how do we transmute this energy into exuberance? Because all exuberance is, in the Latin original form, is to mean of overflowing, an overflowing abundance of. And that overflowing abundance of rises us to an elevation of excitement once we realize that we've done the work it takes to build up to that point. Ideally, that's what the Constitution of the United States was about, as starting as this sealing idea of unity and commonality and equality among all people. Now let's take that a step further, because Catherine wants to talk about the birds and the bees too, and the justice and the injustice that they have also encountered. Let's take away the humanness, and let's go back to the core of who we are as spirits. Let's breathe into that for a moment. And maybe you feel a little bit of a stirring inside of you as you breathe into the realization that there's a simplicity that lives in each and every one of us. A simplicity that is the core stirrings of this excitement that is the foundation of a stillness and calmness that we must understand first before we invite these other energies that are building that we call realizations. The things and events that we create in our life that build us up in confidence, in our own self-esteem. Being able to look around you and smile and to breathe. To look at these different seasons that we celebrate in this place of creation spirituality. Not creation humanness, but creation spirituality. When I was first ordained here at Jubilee 7 years ago, whenever we came together for the ordination, there was a lot of buzz in the air. 7 Jubilee ministers were being ordained that day, Catherine and myself amongst them. And there was so much business, it was like a beehive. There was an excitement because the church was growing and we were on Wall Street and it was this beautiful afternoon. And Howard was just so happy and just so going on with everything, but somebody needed to herd all of this together so that we could get the ceremony started. And Howard asked me if I would do something to gather everybody around. So I stepped outside on Wall Street and I just started. And all the conversations around the square there started to just kind of focus in. How many of you ever heard about like drumming in the business? There was an old saying, boy, they're just drumming in the business. It's an old saying. It might be a Southern. I don't know. If you're not from around here, you might not know much about it. But that sound of drumming into business, there's something about that tone that captures the attention. To me, whenever I hear that drum beat, it reminds me of my excitement of a child of learning how to dance. I don't know how many are familiar with powwow dancing, but in the indigenous ways, this is how we celebrate life and celebrate Mother Earth and all these things. And when I hear those drums, I start feeling that little bit of excitement starting to build. And then I start remembering that each of us have this rhythm that we were born with, and we all have this common language that we speak. If you have one of these and I have one of these, then we're members of the same tribe. We're all indigenous members of this earth. And that's where my exuberance comes from. And this is the commonality in which I wanted to share with Catherine and what she was sharing with not only the histories of where we come from, but in these times of difficulty and challenge, how do we change with them? How do we take the lessons from the past and see where we are now? Where are we now 200 years later of the decisions that were made by a US president named Andrew Jackson? Where are we 200 years later with that decision? Where are we not only, let's take it away not only from the Native American, the indigenous people, but how about we really start to unite just the compassion that lives inside of us? How do we find excitement in going back to the simplicity of just basic human kindness and consideration for others? All this injustice, I believe, if we're able to connect with that energy, won't exist anymore. Because it's through this societal change that all this divide was created to begin with. Because in the beginning, when the wind blew, the wind connected with the trees, and the trees were like, welcome, wind. And then the plants started to grow, and they began to seed, and they began to pollinate. And the wind came, and it touched the plants and the pollen, and the bees and the butterflies and the bees say, thank you, wind. And the wind is, thank you for dancing. There was a harmony. There were aisles being crossed. There were no boundaries to discern. Life was just a flow, and there was an exuberance and an existence of one living organism, which is this earth. So let's remember, Jubilee, that we are all just pollinators flowing in the wind. And how are we going to go and pollinate the earth with the goodness and exuberance and fulfillment and excitement that we see for the future for not only ourselves, but for our children and their children? Where's your exuberance in creating that and knowing that you have a role? The injustices, let's go beyond the humanness of politics. Let's talk about coal mining. Let's talk about gas. Let's talk about electricity. Let's talk about the resources that come from Mother Earth that have been depleted so much that it's affecting our daily life, the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, and the food that we eat that was so pure at one time that we'd all be so healthy right now had we just stayed in balance. And remember the exuberance and the fulfillment and the excitement that Mother Earth got from just offering this to us. How many mothers do we have here today? And how many fathers? How often do we take a moment to breathe and take joy in the coming together of the masculine and the feminine to connect with a divineness that is the creation of not only our children, but let's dance in the fulfillment of how our energy, when that child is created, of how somehow some magical wind happens and some energy happens that wish comes true inside the spirit of that child. Destined to fulfill the joy and love that each and every one of us silently hope for, that's unspoken by any language, Latin, English, Spanish, doesn't matter. Common unity, community. Jubilee, where are we? Inside of remembering an ancient language given to us in a very place, in the classroom that we've all been in, that womb of Mother Earth, that womb of our own mother, where the first language that we knew was calmness and stillness. When the wind was fluent, and the sounds within that wind described everything that our spirit knew to be beauty, and calmness, and peace, and harmony. Going back to the womb of Mother Earth, going back inside to that ancient memory where there was no language other than the vibration spoken between a mother and a child. What do you think through that challenge and change when the mother goes through so much labor, and whenever that child is finally in her arms, the exuberance, the change that's happened in her body, and the creation and the beauty? Isn't that what we're striving for, Jubilee? Isn't this the correction of an injustice that each of us that might feel down deep inside of how to create the innocence, how to recreate the innocence that lives inside of each and every one of us, and how can we take that energy and innocence and inherit it to the next generation? How do we live today, Jubilee, to pass that torch on? How do you ignite that light inside of you, community, common unity? How do we, in common unity, ignite that love and that hope and that dream and that vision? So that in any time when there's injustice, when anyone comes up and says, you don't belong here, and we know that we do, that we will stand strong. And in these times of change we've experienced ourselves within the past 5 years of coming from Wall Street, from Howard Hanke to this very moment. And how do we stand strong now, Jubilee? How do we stand inside this common unity? We've experienced multiple examples through the hurricane. We were decimated to some degree, but look at us now. How have we stood together? How have we lifted up our exuberance? Exuberance doesn't always necessarily mean you have to be dancing. Sometimes it has to mean being out there on the street corner, calling our representatives to be responsible for the decisions that they make and to really stand for what we, the people, chose them for. Now, isn't that exuberant? To realize and find that there's maybe somebody out there that will carry that torch. And if we can't find somebody, then who's going to do it? Maybe it's up to us to pick up the torch. Maybe it's time for us to dance in that way. And maybe it's not even dancing. Maybe it's marching. Maybe it's stepping. Maybe it's sitting back and quietly contemplating what's going to happen next in life and planning. And Jubilee, I just want to share with you, and Catherine, thank you so much for this opportunity, because whatever divine energies and powers that are at work right now, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because it's time to step up and speak. It's time to step up and do. And thank you for what you're already doing, Jubilee, and all of you out there in internet land, thank you for what you're already doing to contribute to this moment. And let's find a joyful way to make a noise. Let's get out there and let's let them know that we're here and raise the energy. in a good way. Oh.
Yona, thank you so much. Thank you for making yourself available to us this morning at the last minute and for offering us so much beautiful wisdom. Thank you, Yona. We are passing the bowls around, ladies and gentlemen. This is the donations you might want to put in to come right back to Jubilee so that we can continue this mission of ours. We want to also thank those of you online who are giving regularly via the internet. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, it's something when I wanted love that's heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Yeah. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. It is a lovely day. We're in our hearts. We're sharing that planetary.
Again, Jubilee. Thank you for your time and your energy and your gifts. In this portion of our ceremony and our ritual, we honor the gifts that you've given. So thank you for this, because it helps us to continue to do what we do here. And in our tradition, our Cherokee tradition, this is a free will. So we offer this 4 times. The first time for the past, the second time for the present, the third time for the future, and the 4th time for the free will to receive in a good way. Thank you. And know, Jubilee, that it is much appreciated that all that we do as a community, thank you for coming, sharing your time and your energy. I hope that you take this energy and hope that you join with the wind and take your goodness and your love and your light and pollinate the earth in a good way, and know that you're loved and that you're seen and that you are honored in such a good way. Aho.
Aho. Let us stand and sing ourselves out. We can change this world. I can change the world with my own 2 hands. Make a better place with my own 2 hands. Make a kinder place with my own 2 hands. With my own 2 hands. With my own 2 There'll be music.